In today's episode, we commemorate the 105th anniversary of the Champaran Satyagraha, the first Satyagraha movement led by Gandhiji in India. It was a farmers' uprising who protested against having to grow indigo with barely any payment for it.
Mahatma Gandhi was persuaded by Rajkumar Shukla, an indigo cultivator from Champaran, to lead the movement against exploitation of farmers in the region. Gandhiji noticed that under the Tinkatya system, the Champaran tenant farmer was bound by law to plant 3 out of every 20 parts of his land with indigo for his landlord. Gandhiji reached Champaran in April 1917 and started implementing the similar methods of satyagraha that he had used in South Africa to organize mass uprisings by people to protest against injustice.
The local authorities did not find his visit welcome, and they tried to dissuade Gandhiji from undertaking his inquiry. But Gandhiji determinedly began his work from the house of Babu Gorakh Prasad in Motihari, headquarters of the district. He was charged with violating Section 144 of CRPC and served summons. Gandhiji refused to leave Champaran, and his popularity soared as the news of his prosecution broke.
On the 18th of April 1917, when Gandhiji appeared in Motihari court, he found 2,000 local people accompanying him. Gandhiji pleaded guilty and read out a statement.
As a law-abiding citizen, my first instinct would be, as it was, to obey the orders served on me. But I could not do so without doing violence to my sense of duty to those for whom I have come. I feel that I could not just now serve them only by remaining in their midst. I could not therefore voluntarily retire. Amid this conflict of duties, I could only throw the responsibility of removing me from them on the administration. I have disregarded the order served upon me not for want of respect for lawful authority, but in obedience to the higher law of our being, the voice of conscience.
The Lieutenant Governor of Bihar ordered the withdrawal of case against Gandhiji. But this small step was a giant leap forward in the history of the freedom struggle. The Satyagraha heralded the advent of the Gandhian era in the Indian independence struggle.
Today we remember the freedom fighter Chirravuri Yageshwar Chintamani. C.Y. Chintamani was born on the 10th of April 1880 at Vijayanagaram in Andhra Pradesh. He spent much of his public life in Prayagraj. Right from his young days, Chintamani was drawn to the moderate leaders of the Indian National Congress. He joined the Indian National Congress in 1898 and also became the editor of the newspaper Vizag Spectator. After his joining, the newspaper was renamed as Indian Herald.
However, the pinnacle of Chintamani's journalistic career came with his association with the newspaper The Leader. Published from Allahabad, The Leader emerged as a leading English nationalist newspaper in the United Province. The Leader was a joint venture of leading nationalists including Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, Motilal Nehru, Sachidananda Sinha and Tej Bahadur Sapru. Chintamani was first brought in as a joint editor with Nagendranath Gupta. He soon became the sole editor of The Leader. The newspaper criticized the British Raj and its policies.
Chintamani left Congress in 1918 to form the Liberal Party with Surendranath Banerjee, Dinshaw Vacha, Chimanlan Setalwad and Tej Bahadur Sapru. As a liberal, his preferred way to secure freedom was the use of constitutional means. Under the Government of India Act 1919, Chintamani served as the Education Minister of the United Province. Between 1927 and 1936, he was the leader of the opposition in the UP Legislative Council. In 1930, he was invited as a delegate to the first Round Table Conference in London.
Chintamani's fiercely independent personality was reflected in his unwavering commitment to principles. Even after he was awarded the knighthood in 1939, his criticism of the British Raj did not cease. Chintamani served as the editor of the newspaper The Leader until his death on the 1st of July 1941. Pays tribute to the nationalist leader C.Y. Chintamani.